Wanted to showcase this great scientific achievement of India on the world stage. I never expected that a science film, and that too, typically in Bollywood terms, non-commercial starrer film, will really get this kind of overwhelming response. So I wanted people to see the story of how our women and scientists got locked inside BSL-4 labs, sacrificed everything. India's leadership really was exceptional during COVID, and the way we managed COVID is an example to the world. And I wanted to showcase this great scientific achievement of India on the world stage. And because India and US collaborated, and there was like this mutual understanding and cooperation between two countries, and we have worked a lot towards helping lots of underdeveloped countries. So I thought it was very important, since this was the hub when COVID was happening. The whole world was looking at USA with optimism, and India played that role as a democracy. So I thought it's good to start from here and showcase it to people and get their reactions, and then go and release in India.
Right. If we talk about the response that you're getting for this film, two shows have gone full house here today. This place is not very high on the Indian diaspora. It's sparse as compared to other parts of the country. What is the response like?
This is the, I think, 8th or 9th city where we have screened, and all of them are like 400 seaters, and sometimes they book 2-3 screens. So there is a lot of demand for the film. But I'll tell you what, I never expected that a science film, and that too, typically in Bollywood terms, non-commercial starrer film, will really get this kind of overwhelming response. People are laughing, crying, getting emotional, and ultimately pride of India. But I don't know if you know, the film is about the great victory of Indian women. And it's like you've seen recently with Chandrayaan. See, because the Indian women are like, they also do all the household work, they look after their children, look after their husband, in-laws. They do a whole lot of roles they play. It's difficult to find a parallel anywhere in the world. They sacrifice a lot. They don't buy clothes for themselves, new clothes. They are not vanity conscious, don't go to parlors so much. But at the same time, in Indian labs and in rocket science and marine engineering, all these fields, Indian women are so strong and so successful, and nobody celebrates them. So we thought it's a great idea to celebrate, and I'm finding people are crying seeing that. So I'm really very overwhelmed.
Right. When post-COVID and also during COVID, India was the voice of the global south. It went out with its vaccines, reached every African country. Does your film really showcase that aspect of India, also about this voice of the global south?
Oh yeah, but see, the film basically, see, all those are very advertised, publicized, and talked about. It's been in conversation, so people know about it. And our speciality is we go in the orbits where nobody else goes. So I wanted people to see the story of how our women and scientists got locked inside BSL-4 labs, sacrificed everything. Their children were getting traumatized, and you have to see the film to believe the kind of sacrifices they have gone through. Personal sacrifice, which is a rare quality. And how they made the vaccine. I want younger generation to see a pure science victory film. So therefore, we have not spent much time in COVID and COVID management and frontline workers. We have focused more on the science and the vaccine. The reason is that I wanted people to see Indian science victory. And I think the diaspora is loving it because they didn't know. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that lockdown happened on March 22nd. India started making the vaccine in the first week of February, which is 2 months before the lockdown. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows what was happening behind the scene, how they were struggling, and what we did. Is the first ever fastest indigenous vaccine made by any country in the world. And for India, it's the first vaccine we have made with our own know-how.
Right. A lot was talked about the leadership of India when it came to handling COVID and the post-COVID, whether it's the economy, whether it's the science. What are your thoughts on that?
See, my thoughts are very simple. Because I could compare, I was here last in 2021 when the Omicron was at its peak, and I've seen here and I could very easily compare how you get tests done, how you get your swabs done, how your reports come, how much it costs, and the vaxxers and anti-vaxxers, all that politics. I could compare with India. India did not have all these problems. India's leadership really was exceptional during COVID, and the way we managed COVID is an example to the world. In fact, all the Americans I meet in so many screenings, I meet a lot of Americans and Hispanics and Chinese people, lots of different kinds of people, and everybody praises the way India managed COVID, because to manage 1.4 billion people in such a densely populated country with the very low medical infrastructure and still to survive with relatively very low incidence of deaths due to COVID, I think that's great. And people did not fight like America. There was no fight between vaxxers and anti-vaxxers. Almost 100% of the population got vaxxed in India without resisting it.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.